guys, this is April Parsons from Fortune Head Geology Center. I'm the general manager here, and quite often you'll see my face if you're here visiting us. Shauna Brennan is the chair for our organization, and she's going to do a lovely little walkthrough so you can see what we had to offer here.
Hi everyone, as April said, my name is Shauna Brennan and I'm chair of the Fortune Head Eco Friends Incorporated nonprofit organization, and I'm here today to introduce to you some of the wonderful things that we have to offer at our facility. As a little bit of history, in the 1970s there were some fossils recognized at Fortune Head Ecological Reserve, and they were considered trace fossils. Trace fossils are not the physical organism itself, but remnants of life at that time. So that could be things such as an imprint, a footprint, etc. Once the geologists had completed their assessment of the ecological site, there was a meeting held in St. John's where it was officially recognized as an ecological reserve. This occurred in 1992 formally. So since that time, we have developed this fantastic center to show exactly what it is that occurred at Fortune Head. The significance of Fortune Head itself is that it represents a very fine line in geological history between the Precambrian era and the Cambrian era. This shows the development of life from bacteria to skeletal and sediment-eating organisms. There are only 3 locations in the world, 2 others being Russia and China, that have representation for this era. So this is significant findings, and that's what really sets this location apart. So if we'd like to proceed through now, we can have a look at what we have in our entryway. Here we have a display of some rocks and minerals from around the world, and we will move into the first exhibit, which is the Precambrian era. Now, when we think of Precambrian, we need to put ourselves back into a time before there were any organisms visible. This is a time when the earth was filled with gases and a lot of dust, pressure. So we have our volcano here that represents the development of bacterial life. So if you would like to take a look here, this is Precambrian geological time. It shows the Hadean era, the Archean era, and the Proterozoic era. We have some fossils here that represent the Precambrian era. This one here in particular is from Cape Race in Newfoundland and Labrador. And you have some stromatolite and another stromatolite from the Proterozoic era. As we move into the Paleozoic time period, this is where Fortune Head Geology Center really comes into play. This is the era in which Fortune Head Reserve really shows significance. So we're moving away from bacterial life to life that has a skeletal form and life that begins to eat and actually become more efficient with how they live. This photo here shows some researchers out on the cliff face itself. The fossils at Fortune Head Reserve are within the rock face. So it's not something that's accessible to the general public. This is something that you would, if you walked up onto the reserve, you would definitely view from a distance for safety protocol. We wouldn't want to see anyone getting hurt. But you can stand, you can look, you can see pictures here at the center to represent what is there. So the Precambrian-Cambrian boundary is the period of time that we'll be focusing on. And that's a time when you will start to see things such as trilobites and ammonites, as we have right here. This is a trilobite from the brook in Fortune. So this has been a large focus of our facility. You have many other trace fossils that are still within the cliff face. They're just inaccessible to be able to extract. So it's nice that we do have some here that are visible for us to understand the significant history. So once these types of organisms started to flourish, we had what was called the Cambrian explosion. And this is when life started to advance significantly. You started to see so much more development in what a creature was able to do. So we're not focusing just on bacteria anymore. You have organisms that move and explore on the ocean floor. If you would like to come over here, we have the Paleozoic geological timeline to show the Phanerozoic era. Cambrian here starts at the very, very bottom of this time frame to show how early we truly are at 451 million years ago. So we can proceed now into the next stage, Mesozoic time period. In this time frame, we've seen the advancement of life to see dinosaurs, the things that people often most recognize. So in the Phanerozoic eon, we have the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous time period. We've seen creatures such as our lovely velociraptor here, Sid. Sid has been a focus of many social media appearances. Children love to come and visit and get a picture taken with him. Over here you can look at some examples of what is often found during this time period. We have dinosaur teeth and other representations, say the jaw and things like that. And over here you can see representations of tracks and traces. Okay. Now we come to the final time period, the Cenozoic era. In this era, you will see Paleogene, Neogene, and Quaternary period. In this period, we start to see mammals. This is when you saw your woolly mammoth. This is Mammy, another well-loved favorite here at the Geology Center. And this is a representation of the advancement of life that happened during this time frame. You also saw the world cooling period throughout this, which would be your Ice Age. The loss of certain life and then the redevelopment of other life. Over here we have some fossils that represent this time frame. Shark's tooth, a mud lobster, and some other examples. We've got some wood here, some petrified wood. And this represents the end of the era of less advanced life coming into your modern era of life, which includes you and I and the mammals that we see around us today. I want to thank you all for coming along on this journey with us through the Geology Center. We hope that you're able to come and visit us at some point so you can see all of the lovely pieces we have to offer, have an understanding of what is available at the Fortune Head Reserve, and that we really are a golden spike in history. Thank you.